Good morning everyone. Welcome to my channel English Literature. Today we'll discuss about the kingship during the period of Chaucer. In Chaucer's time, the rulers who were there, we'll discuss about them. The greatest writer of Middle English period, Chaucer, 1340 to 1400, was born during the reign of King Edward III. Chaucer's lifespan continued through the reign of three kingships: Edward III, Richard II, and Henry IV. You must keep it in mind that these three kings were there during Chaucer's lifespan. Now, Edward III was a son of Edward II and Isabella. After his father's death, he took England's throne, but at the same time claimed the maternal throne of in France. That's why 100 years were started when he tried to conquer Normandy. His eldest son, Edward the Black Prince, died in the battleground. Here you can look at the chart of the kingship, the descendant of Edward III, and they are both from the house of Lancaster and the house of York. That will again give rise to another devastating war, that is named as War of Roses. Later we will talk about that. We have already discussed about the War of Roses previously, but I think I will make a video particularly on the War of Roses. Now, during his reign, the concept of chivalry was populated with the stories of King Arthur and his Round Table. And the most significant incident of the time of Edward III was the Black Death, bubonic plague, that causes the death of one-third of the population. And another significant incident of his time is John Wycliffe and Lollards. John Wycliffe was an English scholastic philosopher. He opposed many superficial claims of the Roman Catholic Church, particularly the concept of transubstantiation, according to which the concept of transubstantiation is which that priests demanded that they have some miracle power in changing the bread and wine into body and blood of Christ. So what is transubstantiation? You have to keep in mind that it is the practice or it is the claim or demand of the priest that they can change the bread and wine in the body and blood of Christ during Eucharist. So his followers, the Wycliffe's followers, are known as Lollards. They translated the Bible into English in 1382. He was called the morning star of the Reformation. We have already discussed about John Wycliffe in detail. Here I just mentioned John Wycliffe to point out the major incident during the reign of Edward III. Now the next king who reigned during Chaucer's time was Richard II. He was a grandson of Edward III and son of Edward the Black Prince. You remember Edward the Black Prince who died in the battlefield of 100 Years' War. Due to the long-drawn 100 Years' War, English people became restless and enraged. They started opposing the king. The parliament refused to approve the high taxes of war. Actually, though its name is 100 Years' War, it continued till 116. 116. Okay. It was actually continued till 116 years, but it's called 100 Years' War. During this time, there is an uprising among the farm people led by a blacksmith. Who is that blacksmith? War Tyler, and there are others also. It was known as Peasant's Revolt. So during the reign of Richard II, we found this happening, a Peasant's Revolt. Now, the king, with the help of his supporters, suppressed the Peasant Revolt, and Wat Tyler was murdered. Richard II tried to rule without the parliament and practiced an autocratic rule. Finally, he was forced to abdicate the throne. Duke of Lancaster was crowned as the next king, who took the name Henry IV. So Henry IV was Duke of Lancaster. Now, he was a son of Edward III's son, John of Gaunt and Blanche of Lancaster. John of Gaunt was the Duke of Lancaster also. He was one of the most influential noblemen and the father of Henry IV. He was the patron of Chaucer. This is very important to keep in mind that John of Gaunt was the patron of Chaucer. Now, during the reign of Henry IV, Chaucer died and the age of Chaucer terminated. So, in our next reign of kingship, we will know about after Chaucer kingship. So, if we can divide the kingship in this way, in basis of the ages, we will divide the kingship. Then the social and political scenario will be more acceptable and more clear to us for understanding. Okay, so bye. Thank you.